right, I am here with my Hifiman headphone collection. Couple real early ones here. We got the HE500, my OG Hifiman, Ursine modded HE6 right here, one of my favorites. Got the Sundara, the XS. Amazed at how good this is for the price. And then, of course, the almighty Susvara. Had a good excuse to buy this when I went ahead and was designing the Caldera. So now I get to have all my favorite planars. Hifiman headphones mean a lot to me. They kind of got me into the hobby, so to speak. Way back in the day when I was in grad school, I was listening to IEMs mostly, West Tones. My I think UM2X was my go-to. And then sometime in 2009 or so, maybe 2010, I got the HE500. Somewhere there's an Amazon review on some HE500 page that I wrote for it. That's how much I loved it. I kind of discovered what's the one great headphone I should buy that I can kind of reach for. And I found this thread on Headphone. Worth going back and giving this thread a look. It's the Battle of the Flagships 2012. Just a great, one of those great Headphone threads that just going through this thread and, was like, you know what, HE500 sounds like it's for me. Yeah, still have that headphone to this day and still use it as much as I can. Unfortunately, I, during wrapping up for Can Jam, couldn't find my tiny coax plugs. I should probably mod those out and get the tiny XLRs in here like Ursine did for me on this HE6. So, and now we have our own Hifiman pads. And so I'm really happy with how these came out. It's got our signature foam that we use in our headphones that I think is really, the heart of what makes how we layer our foams, how it makes ZMF sound how they do. So yeah, let's go ahead. Got the 5128 hats right here. The Sundara. I'll go ahead and put the stock pads on this guy here. Lambskin version or more alike the stock Hifiman pad with a little bit of fabric on top there and then lambskin on the sides. No full vegan versions yet, but if you guys want that ZMF vegan suede, just be vocal to me about it and I will go ahead and start getting that made for you. And so this one, you kind of have to take this ring and just kind of press up and with any of them kind of bend in until you get the lip. All right, so we got the pad on here. Gonna go back on the hats unit here. All right, stock pad, ZMF pad with the mesh there. So a little bit better bass extension there. And now, all right, neon green. So getting rid of the stock one there, as you can see. Let's get rid of the mesh. So between leather ZMF and the stock, you can see the leather ZMF a little more upper mids, slightly a little less 3 to 4K, and similar in the treble. And then if you are comparing the stock to the ZMF hybrid mesh version there, very, very similar with the ZMF having a little more sub-bass extension. All right, so that's the stock pads on the XS. And here comes the mesh hybrid ZMF pad. And you can see here, just like with some of the other versions, that you have a little bit of that slight hump there based on that we get with the mesh pads. So you're trading off just, that bass almost below 20 hertz for a little extra oomph in the low end there. All right, this is the all leather perforated ZMF pad. And so you can see the lambskin version, at least on the XS, also has that A little bit of a boost to the 50 hertz, 40 to 50 hertz area of the bass right in there versus the stock, and then versus the ZMF mesh version. They are quite similar with a slight difference in materials there, a little more upper mids in the 1 to 2K area on the ZMF lambskin version with the blue. So that's the mesh right there. So that's lambskin with the blue, ZMF hybrid mesh, and then the stock version, the stock version here. And so little trade-offs, depends on what you're going for. And yeah, so that's the Hifiman Edition XS / Ananda HE1000 pads. All right, so last but not least, the Susvara. Obviously a legendary headphone. Beautiful. Has that sweet gold look to the driver. Maybe you can kind of see it through there. Nice shimmer. But yeah, an amazing headphone. Has high amping requirements. A lot of people think of it as the successor to the HE6 and you know, the two great flagships that Hifiman has come out with their planars through the years. You know, notwithstanding all the other great stuff they've done. But yeah, let's go ahead and Susvara it up and get some stock pad measurements. All right, here comes the Susvara measurement. Susvara measurement here. Without my voice. Okay, beautiful. So that's with the stock pads, and those are the stock pads for the Susvara. And the biggest difference between our pads is you'll just feel it's a little bit more. You know, our foam's not pure memory foam. It's not quick rebound like this, and it's not super slow rebound. It's just the right amount of gel to make sure that we're getting the right airflow through the pad needed. Audio and acoustics, all about where and how the airflow is going through. Very carefully chose this material to make sure that got the sound quality I wanted along with the feel, but I do find pure memory foam pads do inhibit sound quality in my opinion. Left channel here with the ZMF mesh pad. And the ZMF lambskin Susvara pad. ZMF lambskin Susvara pad in the neon here. And the biggest difference that you're seeing here is that between the two ZMF pads, which are these two, is just that the lambskin pad is fully perforated. So it's got perforations on the inside there. If I could shine some light on the inside. So inside's perforated, top's perforated, outside is perforated. And then on this guy with the mesh, it's solid on the inside and the outside, and then the mesh on top. Kind of both different than the stock Hifiman where they have the perforated on the inside. And so that's the biggest difference of what you're seeing in the measurements. And you know, you'll see between the two mesh pads, the ZMF version has that bass boost and a little more in the upper mids or so, and then maybe a touch smoother into treble, but it tracks pretty well. So you're almost getting that kind of decoupling action, which boosts the bass at looks like 48 or so hertz there. And then if you want that more classic sound, a little more just like the stock version, you've got your lambskin version, which has the perforations throughout and just barely boosts the bass, smooth things out a little bit. And you know, you might even be able to see it in the transient response here if I can get rid of some of these and just get channel 3. And so this is the stock version versus the lambskin, and you can just barely see those peaks start to smooth out just a touch sooner, and are just a little less wavy, and that's kind of what lambskin, being a thicker, slightly more damped material. But the thing I do love about lambskin is it keeps every bit of that edge transient attack right at the beginning and then smoothed out a little faster. That does it for the Hifiman ZMF ear pads video. Spent a lot of time making sure these pads worked on all my collection of Hifiman headphones. Hope you guys like them. Leave any comments or questions below and I'll get to answering them. I'm gonna go listen and compare my Hifimans each other. All right, see you guys.